Welcome back here to game number 3 on day 2. It is now the business end of the CCAA Women's National Championship presented by Desjardins. It is Champlain against Humber College, the OCAA champions of Ontario, taking on the Quebec wildcard host and the Cavaliers, the Hawks, Cavs. And we talk about teams here. A win today will give them their passport punch towards the gold medal game on Saturday night at 4 p.m. kickoff here. So we get ready for kickoff between Humber and Champlain. And here they come to our left as we get ready for that. Humber, Champlain, two teams of excellence, two teams of high quality, two teams of blue blood approach. For some, they thought the Humber Hawks glitched up the Seneca Sting. But now they're here as the OCAA champions. Now we get ready for kickoff as the sun started to peer through towards the west of the city of Montreal, the banks of the St. Lawrence. Champlain, Humber. A sumptuous game on tap here. Humber winning 3-0 against St. Boniface in the opener yesterday. Champlain winning 1-0 against Red Deer in their opener. And now we get ready for kickoff between Champlain and Humber.
Number 13, Kara Sergio Prieta. Number 14, Haley Lewis. Number 16, Kiara Pontillo. Number 17, Chantel Sala. Number 18, Remy Pelty. Number 19, Vanessa Retta. Got it to the goalkeeper. Number 20, Isabella Fiorini.
So, lineup set, ready to roll. Here we go. Kickoff between Humber and Champlain. The winner of this game will move on to the gold medal game. The loser will have to backdoor the way towards the bronze medal. Margin of error, razor sharp now at this juncture of the season. Any small glitch by either side could cost them a chance at the goal on Saturday at 4 p.m. So in 48 hours from now, one of these two teams will be playing for the gold and the right to be a national champion. Humber looking to be that team. Champlain has done it before. And the Hawks want to set the tone early with an early marker. And we'll see if they can do so in this first half of play from Seaway 3. Humber in their navies with yellow trim numerals and whites of navy socks and navy shorts. Champlain in their home whites with royal blue trim numbers and shorts, white socks included. And now we get ready for a kickoff between Humber and Champlain from Seaway 3. Yeah, we gotta go up. Kickoff abound here. Last messages from Champlain from the Humber benches. Humber Hawks winning the OCAA for the very first time since 2012. Defeated Seneca 2-0. Won the West region by 4 points over Mohawk, who were second place. 7 clean sheets, 4 in the final 5 games of October. And this is a team that has played very well of late. For Champlain, did not qualify to the playoffs due to clerical error with their roster. But they have experience at the Nationals with what they've done so far. They won the title in 2018, silver medal in 2017, and a bronze medal in 2019. But that's all for not here in this game. Champlain, Humber, and we're about to get underway here. The first course of your gold medal meal about to begin from Seaway 3, and it will be Humber to get things underway. The Hawks, Cavaliers. As it will be the visitors from Toronto to get things underway. Caitlin Russell And here we go, underway from Seaway. Humber, we'll see what they can do early on here. And St. Pierre in a tussle with Spala. And this will be a throw-in coming up for Ettore. Played over the head, out of play it goes, and this will be a throw-in for the Hawks, who scored 3 against St. Boniface. And we'll see if they can get this early goal here against the hosts Champlain Cavaliers. Ettore. That ball's given away. Back out it goes for another throw in here. And this will be for Victoria and Sobzak, who will give off and defer to St. Pierre. Champlain winning 1-0 over Red Deer yesterday on a goal by John Peltier in the second half. That pushed them into the Final Four. And, of course, the other matchup is an OCAA RSCQ battle with the Huntsic taking on Seneca at 5:30 p.m. today. So, slow start of this blocks here for either side. And it will be St. Pierre with the throw-in. Grandin. St. Pierre stopped momentarily. And now the Hawks start to press up ahead. They get the ball back, and here they come the other way. Ettore with it. Down to the near side it comes. With it is Caitlin Russell. Russell now surveying, the captain of the team, back over to the central part of the park and plays the switch of play. That is knocked over, and a pirouette kick played back out to Sobzak, who loses the focus, and back over. So right now the heavy-duty action still in the central part of the park. Russell will re-rack that over to the corridor. And here is Emily Robitaille, who had 2 assists during the regular year for the Humber Hawks. To the far side, it comes over to Puntillo, who played 9 games from Woodbridge, Ontario. And Woodbridge, Ontario, home to many athletes, including Victor Mete, former Montreal Canadian defenseman. And this will be a free kick here for the Cavaliers. And this will be taken here as we're 2 minutes through. And for those who are enjoying this game through YouTube, we welcome you here. And, of course, for those watching this down in the DVP area of the Humber territory, we welcome you as well from the GTA watching this game on YouTube. Free kick here for the Cavaliers. Moved back by Perrault. Just inside the Humber territory. Russell is the one closest to the ball, playing high up for the Hawks. This is played over the air. Headed back down, and away come Humber the other way. Closed right away by Saint-Roy, who will play back out. Here she is on her left. Back out to the near side to St. Pierre. Options now to the overload of the left. On the through ball, well played again by Humber as they held their line. And Russell now on the attack, and this will go on to play for a throw-in for the Hawks. So a slower burn out of the gates. First 3 minutes of play. With it and a push and a foul coming up as Russell, who had 9 goals, 6 assists, played in 10 games from Mississauga. A roster mostly comprised of players from the Mississauga area of Toronto. And here's a free kick coming up for Emily Robitaille, who is also from Mississauga, who had 2 assists during the regular season. Played into the traffic of bodies. Header, loose ball, still alive inside the 18. A missed kick right there. Sobzak and a whistle. And this will be a foul against Humber. And this will go back over to Champlain. A bit of an angst start here for either side. Hoping for a fizzing contest with these two teams going at it with the lights about to come on in a few moments here. We talk about the focus here. They want to hit the ground running with the early goal from either side. Here's Gaudette. Back out to Stabile. On the far side she goes. We'll launch one up ahead. Played over to John Peltier. That will be knocked over this time by Gatti for the Hawks, who had 1 goal, 1 assist from Scarborough. And now a pirouette right there from Lewis. And played back over to John Peltier on the recovery. Long ball through to Grandin. She can't get to that cleanly. And back out it comes over to the Hawks, who now look to control possession going the other way. Back over to Ettore on the near side. Here is Spala. Long ball. St. Pierre looks to her left, to her right, realizes that there is one Hawk in Ettore right there. And we'll go back over to Stabile. To the central part of the park. With it is Roy. Launching one up ahead. Dupont in the race with John Peltier. Dupont will get to it. She had 7 goals during the regular season for the Cavaliers. And that will go out for the first corner kick of the day for this matchup. And it'll be Sarah Roy who will take this corner kick coming up here in the 6th minute of play. Sarah Roy making her way through to the corner stick as well. Could you pick out the right player in this situation? No one in the 6, a boatload of players, a queue of about 12 inside the 18-yard borderline. Outswinger, this is going to go with Giardelli, and this will be cleared away by Humber, still alive. Grandet heads it back into the traffic, still in the smog of bodies, and recovered. And a one hit, and that ball was fizzed over by Savaria. She went for the glory, and that ball was fizzing towards the forced end of the pitch here at Seaway 3. And Fiorini will move everyone up a few more steps from Markham, Ontario, and will put one through. Grandet will deflect that back out to a Humber player. This time Russell over her head, and be played by Godette. Here's Roy on the far side of the pitch. Played right through. Savaria will lose that over to Russell, who will play back as the Hawks will react this possession moving forward. To the corridor it comes, and now to the far side it goes. Low daisy cutter pass, and this goes to Haley Lewis, who had 1 goal, 1 assist. Played in 8 games, started in 8 games this year for the Hawks. And away it comes over to Robitaille. Pressure from the Cavaliers as they're starting to press through. And the Hawks will break through the press. And now here they come down the near side. And that pass lacked the conviction, and this will go back over to giveaway right to Russell, who's definitely a poacher of goals. Down to the near side it comes. Here is Attore in a 1v1, and St. Pierre stops her dead in the tracks. Crash of bodies, play on, referee says, and it goes back to the corridor and right over to Godette. And that ball will be spread out of play from a Sarah Roy pass, and this will be over to the Hawks. It will be Puntillo who will throw in the pass in front of the Champlain bench. Sarah Pigla with it. And that will go right by Puntillo, and out of play it goes for another throw in here. We're through 8 minutes of play in this first half. 0-0 between Humber and Champlain. A slow burn of the start of a game for either side. Trying to figure each other out in the early going. So more of a cautious approach here, but at some point, the element of caution will be abandoned by one of these teams if they fall behind early. Riccardelli has it. From the circle she comes. To the near side she goes. A long ball through. Well played again by Attore. Still up in there. Riccardelli off the referee. And they will stop play. Going to do a drop ball here for the Cavaliers. It will be Godette on the drop ball. We'll loop one to the far side. John Peltier. Gaudet at their support. To the wide side it comes. And here is Savaria. Into the box it goes. Gaudet plays a dummy. And that's cleared away by Humber. Gaudet again. Back out to the west. With it goes to Savaria, who will loop one up ahead. Headed back down to Summer Robitaille. Open space over to Retta, who will now work her way up to the far side it comes. And here is Russell, as she now will dance away over to Haley Lewis. As both teams, we talk about goals for in the OCAA season, there were 28 goals for Humber, which was 5th in the conference. A team that has now made it back over to the Nationals for the first time in a very long time. They won the OCC for the very first time since 2012. And now here they are. And, of course, the history of Humber on this field is very recent. In the 2015 Nationals, the men's team won the Nationals on this very pitch against Capilano, in which they were down 2 men from the 38th minute onwards, and they won in PKs. Could the women's team repeat history and get themselves a national title on this very pitch 7 years later? That's played through, and here is Puntillo, and this will go out of play for another goal kick for the Hawks, and they will make their way upfield. And this will be a goal kick taken by Emily Robitaille on the right side of the portion of the pitch. 10 minutes in, 0-0 between Humber and Champlain. John Peltier. Cardelli can't get to it. That's cleared away. Back to Saint-Lambert, trying to muscle her way through two players. That's a long ball up ahead. Racing down, there's Dupont on the near side, and that might be too much depth on that. It is indeed. As now go out and play for a goal kick for the Hawks. And here is a goal kick again for Emily Robitaille. That's fired to the near side. Headed off the ricochet. This time off of the head of Ettore along with Sobczak, and this will be a whistle, a foul against Humber, and this will be a free kick coming up here for the Champlain Cavaliers. And with it is Saint-Lambert. She's about marked off 33 yards, if not 35 yards from goal. An overload to the right side of the traffic of bodies here. Could she smuggle a ball through on a deflection coming up for the Cavaliers? Roy. Launcher one, far post. That's through everybody. And Haley Lewis will let that ball go through for a throw-in for the Humber Hawks. So in the last 4 or 5 minutes of play, it has been mostly Champlain on possession. Humber is still trying to get themselves acclimated to this game. And it could start off with Caitlin Russell. And that will be nullified by the Champlain attack. Here is Gaddy. Back out to Robitaille. She's being forced back to her last line of the corridor against Dupont. And now go over to Gaddy. Nice one-touch pass. Through over to Ettore, and back over it comes. As Humber breaks through the press, and here comes a through ball. Russell in. Here she is. Could she beat Stabile from distance? No, it will not be the case. And an ambitious shot coming in from 20 yards out. The execution was there, but lacked the fizz to get that ball on net. And you can see the menace that she has, the ruthless, clinical approach that she has on the pitch for the Humber Hawks, and a crash of bodies. And you can see right here how physical this game is getting right now. Ettore knocking over St. Pierre, the captain of the team, and Humber taking no prisoners in this matchup. And here they come back in transition. Could this be the opportunity for Russell? Cross and play right now to the central part of the park. It goes from the left side, and this will be played further out by Sarah Pigula, and this will go out towards a throw-in for the Humber Hawks. And now the juicy angle picks up here with the physicality picking up a notch or two for the team from Humber in Toronto. 13th minute of play, 0-0. And perhaps this could be a preview, a prelude to things to come with these two teams here. It might take more than 90, maybe PKs to win. Stabile slowing things down as she will now flex her way towards the left of the crease. Hawks regressing back. And now Stabile will launch one into the shadows of the bodies. John Pelche chipping up ahead. Dupont now in a race. Dupont with Robitaille. Dupont's got to it. Dupont's got a breakaway. Sharp angle. Cross body. Godet missed it. An absolute sitter for her, and she could not get the right angle of the shot. John Pelche's shot. Header goes across the face of goal. Still alive. And back into the hopper it goes. And a ricochet. Here's another chance. The whistle. And there is a down Hawk on the pitch. And that means they need to require the help because it is a head injury. Therefore, play must be stopped. But Champlain showing a bit of twitch, showing the poacher instincts as the predatory instincts came through for them on that opportunity. But a serve held up by Humber to keep this at 0-0 through a quarter of an hour of play. And what a crucial importance that was for Humber to keep this at 0-0. This game brought to you by Derby Star, the official soccer ball of the CCAA National Championships, and Johnston's, the official championship award ring provider of the CCAA and presenting sponsor of the CCAA Coach and Player of the Year. And a 0-0 game here between Champlain and Humber. And again, we've seen some fireworks early on in this matchup here between these two schools. And right now the concern for the Humber Hawks is their injured Hawk on the pitch and whether or not they can move forward. The referee, rightfully so, blew the whistle because of a head injury. And now the question is, depending on what number that is, and that looks like it is number 8 in Emily Robitaille, if her race may be run with the fact that she did suffer an upper body injury, and as a result, Humber might have to make an early substitution here as they're down a player in this early going. And for Robitaille, it looks like she's okay, which is the good news for the Hawks. It will be Humber possession. As we saw the clinical approach by Champlain, it's been edgy nerves so far, and the Cavaliers almost had the first strike of blood against the Hawks. So St. Pierre will flex back out, and here come the Humber Hawks on possession once again. Play resumed, Robitaille back in the game, which is good news for the Hawks. And that will go to play for a throw-in for Champlain. The winner will have their passport punch towards the gold medal game on Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. kick. St. Pierre with a throw-in on the near side. A game of chess. One glitch of a move could cost them. Here's Russell. Trying to dance her way through. Russell now fizzing her way through. Back out to Robitaille, who'll push one up ahead. Riccardelli. Godette. Roy from the circle. Closed out quickly by Retta and played back over. Here is Gatti, who loses possession as it's won by John Peltier. And back out to the far side it comes. Savari's long ball. DuPont now. Robitaille and Trill. Robitaille gets around. Here's DuPont. Sliding pass. Great intervention from the back line of Humber to prevent a chance on net. One shot on net. And it's safe. Loose. And that is saved. And right now, Champlain is starting to ask questions of this Humber back line. And the Hawks have answered them with some force field-like presentation on the pitch. Back out. Here's a loop over the head. And this is the high line for the Cavaliers. And back out to Stabile. Russell now applying a bit of a press. Stabile, short pass up ahead. Here is Gaudette. Back over to Sobzak. DuPont's pass. Gourdin. Too much depth on that pass. Almost a collision over there as Puntillo got into it with Gourdin. But again, you can see the physicality of Humber really flexing their muscles early on here, showing no fear playing on this host city ground of Champlain College. And this will be a foul on the Cavaliers. So that will give the Humber Hawks a respite of pressure that was being thrown at them by the Champlain Cavaliers. Here's a launch, a beautiful kick by the Hawks. Played by Grondet, down low. Up by Sobzak. And acrobatic and emphatic play by Gatti to keep that in play for the Hawks and played up to Dupont. Here's Victoria Dupont. Gatti knocked over. And a whistle. This will be a foul called against the Champlain Cavaliers. And this will be Humber possession. With it on possession is Emily Robitaille. And the pantomime boos reaction coming in from the Champlain partisans here for this game this afternoon. Grondin's header, Robitaille. She's had the bulk of touches for the corridor for the Hawks. And back out it comes. And here is Puntillo, who will invite Grondin in. Back out to Haley Lewis. Giving away. Way to pass down the far sideline. Here's Grondin racing down there and down to 1v1. Grondin on her left, now on her right, back to her left. Pass through, and that lacked the ingenuity. And this will go back out for a throw in here for the Cavaliers as we are through 20 minutes of play from Seaway 3. 0-0 game between the Cavaliers and Hawks. Right now, Champlain has been administering body blows, and the Hawks have been defensive in terms of their onslaught of punches from the host school. And you know that the Hawks will come back with a right hook of their own. They're just patient right now with what's gone through as they have soaked in the pressure from the Cavaliers in the early going of this matchup. Riccardelli. That is punted up in the air. Headed back down this time by Retta and played back out. Here come the Cavaliers the other way. Here's a pass through. Sobczak can't get to it. And a whistle and a foul going against the Hawks. And this will be a free kick for the Cavaliers. And Gaudette will take it, and now she will defer. And this will go back over to Roy from a deep central position from 45 yards out. Unless Roy is in a gambling mood, I highly doubt she will go for a target shot on net. And now Robitaille will get an explanation from the referee about something. As referee will looking to keep control of this game here as the emotions starting to boil here, almost becoming a juicy subplot in terms of the physicality being displayed by both teams. To the far side it comes. And it goes over everyone's head. Too much meat on that kick. And smartly played by Humber out of play. And this will be a goal kick, I beg your pardon, for the Hawks. And Robitaille will take it for the Humber Hawks here in the 22nd minute of play. 0-0 between Champlain and Humber. Winner goes to the gold medal game on Saturday afternoon, 48 hours from today. Sobczak goes over her head. Russell. Back out it comes, out of play it goes, and this will be a throw coming up here for the Cavaliers. It will be St. Pierre. And did that go out of play? No, referee says. And back over to come to Sobczak, and this will be out of play and a throw in for Robitaille and the Hawks. Halfway through the first half, 0-0. Here's Ettore. Ettore, deflection, Russell now. Down the right side she comes. Eyeball to eyeball. Russell on her right foot. Now trying to look for the overlap. Plays the pass through. Gets it back on the return. And that goes off of a Champlain player for a throw-in coming up. As she tried to work the interplay with Spalla. And this will be a throw-in here for Robitaille on the near side. And a crash of bodies. Russell, and that'll be out off the Humber player and back over to the Cavaliers. St. Pierre on the near side throw-in coming up for the Cavaliers. Played through to Dupont. Launched by Riccardelli. John Peltier slips on the ball. Recovered quickly by Puntillo. To the far side it goes. John Peltier will go to the Savario, who that ball will go off of. And Haley Lewis now in a chase position trying to win that ball back. She does. Now closed off by two players. And John Peltier wins it back for the Cavaliers. And we'll go back to Stabile. And that will be launched up ahead. Lovely move right there. Here is Spalla. Russell. Russell back towards the net. Spalla now has it. Looking for goal. Spalla goes for goal. That's blocked. Takes a ricochet. Lewis can't get to it. Humber trying to start to assert themselves inside the final third. And this will go out to the far side. Savaria right there. And will punt that one out of harm's way. As you start to see glimpses of this Humber team and what makes them so special as an attacking front. Roy read that play. That ball went by Retta, and now she will have it back at the circle. Switch of play, near side, and that is headed away by Humber. Riccardelli has it. Looking towards the left side, finds Sobczak, pushed from behind by Robitaille. And again, the partisans for the Cavaliers with the pantomime reaction of what should have been a call in their mind. And this will go out of play for what should be a throw in here, or will be a corner kick. And it looks like from the body expression of the Cavaliers, this will be a corner kick coming up here for Champlain. Or throw in, I beg your pardon. Here's Roy. Off the back of Spalla. And that might sting her, as she might have taken one unexpectedly on the back of the ribcage. John Peltier. And that will go off of who? Over Humber, and this will be Champlain ball. Dupont trying to flick and trick over there on the end line. Out of play. And this will be a goal kick for the Cavaliers. And now the Champlain Partisans is starting to get revved up. Fired up ahead. Perrault will usher that one out of play. It'll be Humber throwing here. As we grow into this game here, we're through 26 minutes to play from Seaway 3. Champlain and Humber. Given away. Here is Champlain going back the other way. Can they now move forward up ahead? Riccardelli, well played by Humber. John Peltier closing out this time by Puntillo. And this will go out of play for throw-in. Humber showing their ingenuity, showing their class so far in this game. Whistle, and the referee asking the Champlain throw-in to be moved back a little bit more. Enterprising play from both teams has been easy in the eye in terms of the output by both squads here. Dupont now chasing back over, and now Dupont will win a corner, and she will indeed. And this will be another chance here for the Cavaliers for a chance on goal in the 28th minute of play. It will be Sobzak on the corner stick. Immediate support right there. Gatti out there to take away that immediate support. Champlain has no one in the 6-yard box. John Peltier loitering at the penalty spot right now for the Cavaliers. And Sobzak takes a quick break, and now we'll move back. Into the bodies it goes. Header over the nets. And the zonal marking by Humber almost cost them dearly. And that was a golden opportunity, an absolute sitter for Perrault. And she couldn't find the back of the net. And you wonder if this game drags on, the number of chances that Champlain misses, that Humber grows into this game, believing that he can pull off a smash and grab and get themselves one goal required to beat the Cavaliers. St. Pierre looking for options to work with, and this works out to Russell. Finds a short play, going up now. Russell on the right side, St. Pierre in trail. Russell stopping on the dime, crossing over, finds over to Sarpigla, going towards the near side, and that will go to play for a goal kick here. As you see the telepathy of Sarpigla along with Russell working the right side could be their passport to victory in terms of how they've been playing so far in this game. You can feel the tension in this stadium. Both sets of fans very nervous in how this has been playing so far. And we'll see if the nerves will be eased by an opening goal by either side. Dupont has it. John Peltier now to the right side. Humber crashing back into their zonal marking for defense. Dupont. That will be off of who? Off of a Humber player, and throwing for the Cavaliers. And this will be taken by Savaria. John Peltier back to Savaria. She will loop one up ahead. Grenay. Header. Cleared away by Robitaille. Still with it. And pushed by Gatti up forward, headed by the Cavaliers. Here's Riccardelli. Dupont. Push forward into the traffic, and right over to the keeper it comes. And that will ease off for the Humber Hawks. Short kick intended for Ettore, and Russell will get it back. She's knocked over this time by Sobzak. And right now, protecting the ball, this will be a foul against Champlain. And now we have our first substitution of the afternoon. Spalla off, And Medeiros in. 3 goals, 7 assists. Started 3 games. Played in 10 from Brampton, Ontario. So Medeiros in the game. I beg your pardon. Medeiros in the game at the 31st minute of this first half. So Humber trying to perhaps keep their legs fresh, given that they're playing their second game in 2 days. In all likelihood, they'll get a third game, depending if it'll be tomorrow or Saturday. And maybe a fourth game, depending on what happens on the result today. Russell battling her way through. Robitaille support. And that goes out of play for a throw-in here for the Hawks. And it will be Ettore conceding over to Robitaille. Humber slowly, methodically have found their rhythm. And that is punted up ahead. Headed back down. Deflected away by the Humber Hawks. Here's Gotti with it. Now turning, twisting, looking. And back over it comes to the far side it goes. And that is pushed away by Champlain. Out of play for a throw-in here for the Humber Hawks. On a volley, back over to the center circle it goes. Coming through now, here come the Cavaliers, pushing up ahead to the left side. Here's Sobzak in a 1v1 against Robitaille. Robitaille wins that battle in the foot race as she was about 2 steps ahead. And this will be a throw-in here for the Cavaliers. And the 32nd minute of play. It will be St. Pierre on the throw-in on the near side. Could they find the options? Who could be the game-winning goal scorer here for this matchup? And this will be ushered out for another throw-in here for the Humber Hawks. It'll be Robitaille on that throw-in coming up on the near side. And looped over, out of play it comes. And this will be a throw-in for St. Pierre. St. Pierre taking their time. Tiptoeing along the sidelines inside the Humber territory. Heavy touch from Roy. Played through, out of play it goes. Off of Riccardelli, and this will be a throw-in here for Robitaille once more on the right side of the formation. Dupont wins that ball back from Sarpigla, and she loses it back over. And here come the Hawks racing down the far near sideline. Here's Ettore in a race, and St. Pierre knocked her over. Whistle and a foul. And right now for Ettore, the concern is her injury, but will it be a card issued to the captain of the Cavaliers? And St. Pierre not happy about that. There's no card, but nonetheless, though, it will be a corner kick for the Humber Hawks. And it looks like Ettore will be all right. 2 goals to her name from Bolton, Ontario. And this will be, I beg your pardon, a free kick. I apologize. And with it is Russell. This is a sumptuous position here for the Hawks. They're in the final third of the positioning on the pitch. What will they come up with here? Can they come up with the dark arts of football and create something out of nothing from a sharp angle? Russell, the right footer. 2-person wall for the Cavaliers. Stabile making sure everyone's locked into their player. Who is she eyeing? Can her radar vision find the passing required? Russell chips it through. Punched by Stabile. Kicked away by Dupont. And Champlain dodges a bullet. And Gotti in a race to get that ball back with Pelche to her immediate left. John Pelche loses it. Here comes the Hawks. Back with it is Medeiros. Her first touch of the afternoon. And she'll get a second touch of it on this sequence. Long ball up ahead down the left side. Here is Haley Lewis. And that will go out of play for a Humber throw-in. 10 to go in this first half. 0-0 between Humber and Champlain. Russell in a robust area of bodies. Low pass To the near side it comes. Well deflected by St. Pierre as Ettore was open on the right side. And here's Gournay. Cannot get past the second line of defense of Retta. And back out it comes over to Puntillo. Here is Gotti from the Humber end. Back out to Robitaille, the center back. Played a sterling effort so far, and now given away. Here comes Robitaille, and this will be advanced. And here's Sobczak. Riccardelli on the ground. To the far side it goes. Dupont a race foot for foot coming up against Puntillo. And I think the referee will give a warning, if not a card, to Robitaille on the next dead ball. Played up ahead. Here is Medeiros. So the referee rightfully played the advantage to Sobczak, but Champlain could not cash in on that opportunity. Dupont on the far side. Here's Puntillo watching her, and this will be out of play. And now the referee, she will now look towards giving a card, and she will not give a card. And now the fans of Champlain are a bit surprised by that, so we move on. Riccardelli looking towards the left, finds it. First touch too heavy for Sobczak. Played by Retta. Here's Russell. Lovely touch by Russell. Open space to work with for Humber. And Riccardelli gives a return service on that. And this will be a throw in here for the Humber Hawks as Ettore took a little bit of a shot at the foot. And they'll move it back. Robitaille will move it back by a few more yards. And stolen by Gaudette. Looking like a cat burglar taking that ball away. And with it, Puntillo back on possession for the Hawks. That's a giveaway. Grodé knocked over. Whistle, foul, Gotti. And this will be a free kick for the Cavaliers. And now an explanation be given over to Gotti. As right now, this has been a yellow card. The first of the day given to the Humber Hawks, Gotti. And that is Antonio Gotti's first yellow of this event. But now, who can mastermind a chance to get themselves the opening goal? We have a little less than 8 to go this first half. Could it be Champlain or could it be Humber? Grodin going off, getting some repairs done to her leg. And this will be a free kick from about 45 yards out from goal.
Down on his own, Humber Hawks, number 3, Antonio Gatti, yellow card in the 38th minute.
Here's Waugh. Balloony one, headed up in the air, still in the 18. Dupont knocked over. Play on, referee says, waves it off. Here's Russell in transition. Splitting through, Russell back up ahead. And now Medeiros will play back out to the wide side. Grodé coming in, steals that ball back. Grodé cannot get by Gotti. And now Humber wants a free kick, and they get one on the foul on Gotti. And you can see the reaction from the Humber Hawks. You scratch our back, we'll scratch your back. And this will be a free kick here with about 6 left in this first half. Forced up ahead. Played back down low. Here's Russell in 50-50, won by Champlain. And a crash into the fence. And now the referee starting to try to take control. Sobczak knocked over. And now this has become almost like a NASCAR-like effort of the crash of bodies right now. And you can see the bites starting to pick up here with these two teams. And if you're neutral, this is a game that you must be enjoying. If you're a fan of either side, a lot of angst and nerves and stress. And here's Medeiros. Lovely pirouette by her. Russell's got space on the right side. Into the final third she goes. Watched by St. Pierre. Russell. Lovely footwork by Russell on the end line. And she gets hit in the chops And this will be a corner kick, and she will make sure her teeth are still in, which will be the awful case to happen here. And now for the Humber Hawk captain, the dental work looks like it's A-OK. So Russell will take the corner kick. And you can just see that this game's starting to really boil to a spicy affair with these two teams. Russell on the corner kick. Could they unlock this Champlain defending? Russell takes 4 or 5 steps back. 2 steps to her left. Near post. Stabile knocked over. Play on, referee says. Loose ball shot, deflected. It repelled away by the Cavaliers. Champlain thought it was goalie interference on Stabile, who's slow to get up. And now Whitson on her left knee. And this will go out for a throw-in here for the Cavaliers. And Stabile starting to give a little bit of word towards the referee. And you have to wonder now for the referee if she's starting to lose control of this game here with both sides. Both sides have had their moments of madness, rush of blood moments to the head, and now you have to wonder if she might start administering a few more cards to kind of ease the tension with Humber and Champlain. And this will go out of play for a throw-in for the Cavaliers. St. Pierre on the throw-in on the near side. Here's Grandet. Giveaway. Here come the Hawks. Could this be a chance for them? Can they punish the Cavaliers now? Russell on the right side. Russell off the deflection. And this will be Champlain throw-in as Gaudet was able to get that last touch off the shins of Russell. And that's off the ricochet. Loops it back over. Medeiros, nice turn by her. Through ball, Russell on the right side. This has been their GPS. And the postal code this time comes up empty on a one-and-done possession for the Hawks with less than 2:30 to go in this first half. Stabile will take the kick from the far end. And she will fire one up ahead. Played back down. Humber starting to assert themselves even more in the final 10 of this first half. Here's Russell, who has been a maestro for this Hawks team. Down to the right side it comes. With it is Ettore. Ettore on the end line. It goes out of play. Champlain starting to leak a little bit here. Unable to really come up with anything of late. And it appears with the team talk not too far away, Champlain wouldn't mind going into the halftime locker room 0-0. Grandet can't win that ball back. Roy loses it to Haley Lewis. And this will be a free kick here for the Humber Hawks as we're in the final 80 seconds of this first half before the 45 elapses. Lewis will move it back just at the 50-yard line. Now make it to the 52-yard line officially at a 45-degree angle. Could she pick out a dark-colored shirt? Headed away. Gaudet, the only player left for the Cavaliers, and kept in by the Humber Hawks. Sobzak's pass, headed back down this time. Robitaille. Riccardelli can't get to that. Robitaille does on the second bite of the cherry. Back over it comes. Here is Sarah Pigla trying to find themselves out. Medeiros will re-rack that ball and go over to Peltier, who will play back out to the far side. 20 seconds left before the 45 expires. Roy's long ball through. And this will go right to the keeper. And you wonder now if they're going to ease things up here and soothe the storms that has been riling up in this matchup. Russell, lovely touch by her. 2 minutes of added time here in this first half. Russell still going. Russell back heel pass. Nowhere to be found. Champlain back in possession. And Russell will allow that to go through, and this will be out of play for a throw in here for the Hawks. It'll be a Torrey on that on the near side. Here's Russell. Russell around St. Pierre. Can't get around the second Champlain player. Sobzak's pass. Roy. Riccardelli. Well played by Humber. Sobzak. With it is Gaudette. Looking for options, launching one further up at field. Played over the head, still alive, still going forward as we are about 40 seconds through the 2 minutes of added time. Riccardelli, now to the left side she goes. To the final third she comes. Robitaille and Trell through the lane. Open space in 6. Lost cause for Champlain. Savaria now. Fire one up ahead, and that goes wide right. And now you're starting to feel the twitch in this game here with a minute left before the 2 minute expiration here from Seaway 3 of this first half. Robitaille taking her time. About 30 seconds left, perhaps, if not more. That's pushed up ahead by Gaudette. And this will go back out. And it appears that the resignation for Humber is that they would like to go into halftime 0-0 and are not going to really push it any longer than what it's been so far through the 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of added time. A lot of talking points in this first half for either side. Both felt that they were jilted by the lack of non-calls against them. Through the first half, it is Champlain 0, Humber Hawks 0. Through 45 to go. Gold medal trip on the line here for either side. Stay tuned here on the 2022 CCAA Women's Nationals presented by Desjardins. Welcome back here to the 2022 CCAA Women's Nationals at Champlain College, presented by Desjardins. It is Champlain Humber, 0-0 after 45 minutes of play. We get ready for second half action. Plenty of juice in this game here, plenty of intrigue, plenty of storylines, and the edginess brought to this game, the edgy nerves with what has gone through this first 45. You know, they say opposites do attract. We'll see if that will be the case in this second half here between Champlain and Humber. Champlain will go left to right for the second half. Humber will go right to left. And it will be Champlain to get this party back underway here in the hopper of Seaway 3. And we are underway. And now is early movement, and they will redo the opening kick. Here's Riccardelli. Who can find the goal here to win this game and go to the gold medal game in 48 hours from now? And that will be taken away by the keeper for Humber. And it was Sobczak lurking with intent. And that is pushed up ahead. Played over. Here is Retta. She loses it back out to Gronet. Dupont now on the ball. Retta on her right hip. Dupont, that ball into the 6, cleared away. Loose ball, Gronet, shot deflected. Blocked by the last line defense for Humber. Savaria can't get that through as Haley Lewis came through in the nick of time. Here is Russell now playing on the left side of the formation. She oozes class and confidence. And now back over it comes. Here is Alyssa Oliveira in the game for the first time today. Oliveira, 2 assists, 4 game starts. Played in 10 games from Caledon, Ontario. Gournay called for the foul. And this will be a foul against Champlain, and this will be knocked over as Ryan Peltier from Brampton will take the ball, and now she will defer to her teammate in Robitaille. Robitaille will launch one up ahead. Over the head of multiple players. Here come the Hawks. Stabila for line. And she will get that in the nick of time here as we're in the opening 2 minutes of play here. We've seen some more fireworks of quality play from both teams. John Peltier can't get to that. It feels like one glitch could be the error that could open it up for either side. Who is going to be the team that glitches at some point? Pass through. Oliveira couldn't get that from Puntillo. Played up ahead. Dupont. Gronet. Gronet. Quick footwork. Dupont. Tripped up. Whistle. Foul. And this will be called against Remy Peltier. And now the referee would like to give a lecture in the taskmaster's office right now, as that was a naughty play coming in from Peltier. And a free kick here for Roy as she is marked off from about 33 yards out, give or take, at the 35-yard line officially. So a sumptuous position here for Roy. Could she find the right trajectory? That's low in front. Cleared away and back over to Dupont. Played from Perrault, back out to the far side it comes. Tripped up, Roy with it. Stretched into the near side. Here's Savaria. Launching a diagonal. Cleared away by the Humber corridor. Back out it comes. That is Tiago'd upfield by Robitaille. And here is Robitaille, and she will defer back to her central partner, and lovely play by Medeiros to the far side it comes. Here come the Hawks moving, marauding forward up ahead, and played back into the angle of Perrault. That ball intended for Russell. Offside is Grandet, as she came from behind the flow and tried to pretend that it was onside. That was not the case to be. So a free kick here for the Hawks. Robitaille now inside the Champlain end. Could this be the moment of glory here for the Hawks? And a long ball through. Through it comes. Stabile knocked over. Still alive. Russell and a crash of bodies. And that will be a foul against Humber. But the contention of point here was the offside on the Humber end. Because had that gone in for Humber clean, that might have brought some more visceral reaction from the Champlain partisans. That's up in the air. Headed back down. Here is John Peltier, who will give it off once more. Play through right by Haley Lewis into Grodin. Perrault. Play to St. Pierre. And now Champlain trying to work the passing. They do indeed. Roy, the link up. Launching one up ahead. Dupont can't get to it. That was closer now to the Hawk. And Lewis will get it back over. Dupont tried to nutmeg Puntillo. Couldn't do so. Gatti with it. Antonia Gatti back out to the far side it comes. Long ball through. And this is given back right to Roy at the center circle. Roy twisting, turning. And will play back to the center back position of the Champlain end. Here is a daisy cutter pass. Try to find Dupont from Riccardelli. And it goes right to the Humber keeper instead. Punched up in the air. Play through Russell in a race. Godette out there. And she will have to, pardon me, kick that ball out of play as Russell was coming with intent. And Perrault was the one that had to usher it out. And a deep throw in here for the Hawks. Showing a little bit more bite, a little bit more flair, a little bit more iconic possession than before. It'll be Puntillo on the throw-in. Back out to the edge of the 18. Cleared away, back out to the far side it comes, and it goes over to Ettore. She'll play back over to Robitaille. Tried to get around Dupont, couldn't do so. Dupont now all by herself on the left side in a 1v1, and that will be pushed out of play for a throw-in here for Sobczak. Dupont. Grodin can't get to it, and this will be backed up once more. Here is Gaudette. Stabile. Perrault to her right. Gaudette, Stabile out there as well. Now to the left side it comes. And this we played right by Grodin, and this will go out to play for a throw-in here for the Cavaliers. As the sun starts to descend towards our left. And we head into the primetime hours of this event on day 2, game number 3 of day 2. We're past the halfway point of this tournament. And one of these teams will be punching their ticket to the gold medal game on Saturday afternoon. Law ball. Here's Russell. Foot race. Stabile out there. And Stabile timed it perfectly as Russell was coming in looking clinical and ruthless on that play. Dupont's pass, that we played back out. Peltier will defer back over, and now the Humber Hawks and Champlain Cavaliers, it appears they're just playing more with a cautious approach here. But at some point, there will be something that opens up. Who can solve the riddle of their formation that they're going up against? Russell flexing back out to the wide side. Around St. Pierre she goes. Here's Russell picking up the steam. Russell trying to get around Sobczak. Russell still with it. Still beautiful ball controlled by her feet. Back out it comes. To the far side it is. Launch back in. Edgeworthy, no. Back out to the edge of the 18. Now the left foot. Waiting patiently. Coming through. Gatti can't get that through. Here's John Peltier. Champlain's got options now. A 3 versus 3. Here's Grodin to the right side. Watch now in a close battle here. Trying to work her way through. Grodin slowly but surely making her way through. Looking for the help on the overlap. She now takes it by. Grodin now into the final third. Across the face of goal. Deflected. Loose ball. Roy is on point. Going for goal and wide left. Puntillo had the angle on Grodin. And Roy had the one-hit volley wonder. However, that ball veered wide left. And this will be a goal kick here for the Hawks. As we're through 10 minutes here. And Russell now getting a lecture along with St. Pierre, the two captains of the rosters, the heartbeat of their clubs. And you can see both captains still a little bit irked by something that happened before. Pushed up ahead. And this will go out of play for a throw in here for the Cavaliers. And that's off of who? Champlain ball. St. Pierre once again. Looking for the opening goal. Who can strike first? Who can get first blood in this game? It is hard to tell, and now a mistake by the Cavaliers. Russell knocked over by Perrault. Perrault slow to get up. Wouldn't lose today. She definitely will have an ice bath here because of the knocks she's taken so far today. And now the free kick just at the borderline of the midfield stripe. Robitaille moves it back by a few more centimeters. And now she will look to put it back into the Pandora's box of the unknown right now with this game. Launching one up ahead into the 18. It goes. Loose ball still right there. Russell was close, but she could not get the right angle of deflection on the ball. 57th minute of play here from Seaway 3. 0-0 between Humber and Champlain. Coming up next, Seneca against Hunsik. Another OCAA RSEQ battle. Riccardelli stonewalled by Retta, and away come the Hawks the other way. Pushing the ball up ahead. Russell all by herself in a foot race that it goes down to the near side. Savaria right there, and will slowly roll it back over. John Peltier applying pressure, and Gaddy will let it go out of play for a throw-in coming up. And it will be a throw-in here for Puntillo. Playing up ahead. Grenet. Trapped by two. Out of play it goes. It will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers instead. And here is Savaria on the throw-in. Wall read this time by Puntillo. Back out. Haley, excuse me, Lewis with it. Russell now in a 1v1. Going left to right. Russell's got space. Russell's going for goal. Wide to right. And she clattered into a Champlain player. And that was Riccardelli. But you can just see, you give Russell an inch, and she'll take it. And she almost made a highlight reel goal going left to right on the pitch outside the 18-yard box. Forward up ahead. Play through. And now, deflected, giveaway. Here's Russell against Roy, foul. And this will be a free kick. And again, Russell has taken a beating. And this will be a yellow card on Roy. So now we have both teams with one yellow card each. And on the ball will be Oliveira. It'll be Oliveira on the ball. Gotti about 10 yards in front of her. High line for the Cavaliers at the 18-yard stripe. Chipped up ahead. Whistle. And we are going to have what appears to be a redo, as the Hawks want to get this underway. But that actually might work in their blessing. So they'll get a second bite of the cherry on this. So they'll move it back, in fact. And Gourdet trying to help the referee where it was. And now dead center. Can Oliveira get the right trajectory and dip on this to get the deflection required? Going for that. Stabile right there. Oh, my. And she had to take an extra touch on that. And now pushed up ahead. Champlain trying to catch Humber out. And it goes right by Puntillo. And now Grondet has it. Around Gatti she goes. Grondet going to the left side. Here comes Dupont. And well played by the Hawks defending. Calm and composure by the Humber Hawks on that play. And now it is the Humber Hawks back on the fly. And going up ahead is Menderos to the left, right side it comes. And played to the diagonal. Headed away this time by Perrault. Over the head. Back out again. And that goes over. And this plays back over once more. This is going to deflect through. Gotti will let that go through. And here is Medeiros once more. You can see the Medeiros influence really started to take shape here since she came into the game. Has really gained control of the midfield area of the pitch. And you have to wonder, what will Champlain do to counter that? And this goes out of play for another throw in here. This game brought to you by Sport Canada, the major funding partner of the CCAA and CCAA National Championship. And Derby Star, the official soccer ball of the CCAA National Championships here from Seaway 3, the 2022 National Championships for Women's Soccer, brought to you by Desjardins. It is an OCAA RSEQ battle. And now giveaway by Stabile. And here's a chance for Russell. Could this be for one? Russell! Great save by Stabile with the right hand. And you have to wonder if that might come back to haunt Humber. Stabile made a hash of the kick, and she saved the day for Champlain. And now down on the ground is Retta, and she's wincing with her right ankle. And they are going to probably play the ball out, perhaps. Play on. It is weird. Both teams kind of held up here. And unfortunately for Vanessa Retta, who started 10 games from Vaughan, Ontario, it looks like she's in severe pain as she clattered into Grondet. And hopefully this is not a serious injury for her in the 62nd minute of play. Again, this has been a taxing affair. And you have to wonder, whoever loses this game, they play in less than 24 hours in the third place playing game. That extra day of rest could help the winning team here. And right now, the point of concern is the right side of the body here in the lower ankle area, as the training staff looks at Retta with that. Retta this year, no goals, no assists, started 10 games for the Hawks, and a yellow card for Grondet. So now it is 2 yellow cards for the Cavaliers, Juan Grondet on yellows, and 1 for the Hawks. And slow to get up is Retta. Perhaps the adrenaline will kick in for her to persevere through this as she took a hard clattering. And it appears Retta should be okay moving forward. And with that, a drop ball here, and Champlain, it appears, will give the ball back to the Cavaliers, to the Humber Hawks. 64th minute of play. And this will be given back to the Hawks as they now move forward once again. Puntillo. Gotti to the far side it comes. Played down low, and with it is Medeiros. She's definitely been clinical so far with the ball at her feet. Played out to the near side. One hit, and that ball is over the net out of play as Haley Lewis tried to volley that in. The rise of the ball went higher than expected and then went out of play. Here's Stabile. Launching one back in. She made a massive save off of Russell going to her right. And now here's the aforementioned Russell coming through. Caitlin Russell now cutting against the grain. Going back to her left. Drop pass through to Oliveira. Back over it comes. Intercepted this time. And back over to the central part of the park it comes. Gourdet now has it. Champlain trying to get out of the storm, and they do indeed. Gourdet now racing through. Gourdet now to the right side. Being closed down this time by Lewis. Gourdet stopping against Lewis. Put her on Babby on ice. Here's John Pelche. Chip to the far post. Headed away by Gotti. And now Roy, who's on a caution right now, will have to be ease up here and not go into too many 50-50 battles here with Medeiros back with it. And over it comes to Oliveira. Play through. Given away, now back over it is. Here come the Hawks. Big body check right there in a 50-50. And the effort goes in favor for Gotti in a free kick as Dupont was called for that foul. As two dreadnoughts going at it. As the winning ship was in the Humber colors. 66 minutes to play here from Seaway 3. 0-0. You feel like a goal is there to be had. And right now, Humber is starting to ask more questions of the Champlain formation. And this will go out for a throw-in here in the final third of the pitch. And it will be taken this time by Puntillo, who's now in the final third. The majority of play now has been inside the Champlain end. And now turning this way and that way is Medeiros going for goal. Stabile right there. They're starting to get their shots. But right now, both keepers have been very focused, locked in. Gourdet knocked over. Whistle, free kick. Pelche called for that. And it will be Roy on the ball for the Cavaliers at the 45-yard line of the field. Who can come through with the opening goal here? Who can strike first and get first blood in this matchup? Roy on the ball. To the far corner it goes. And it went over everyone. Too much meat on that pass. And a goal kick here for Robitaille in the 67th minute of play. Over everyone's head, and back out it comes. Here is Godette. Played forward, Roy with it at the midfield stripe. Gourdet turning towards the near side. Now to the left side. Back to Roy it goes. Roy misfired that, caught in 2 minds. Russell there to recover it for the Hawks. And now she's turning upfield. She's like an F5 out there, and that will go to play for a throw-in for the Humber Hawks. Some twitchy moments coming up here as we enter the final 20 of this game. Encompassing jeopardy with these two teams. Russell with it. The topo does not work. Riccardelli right there. Now she will bring it back up field, going to the left to right. Riccardelli around Gatti. Riccardelli now trying to get around Gatti. Gatti going step for step. Played away this time and moved away by Retta. And out of play will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. Champlain has a bunch of players warming up in the end zone. None for the Humber Hawks. They have one actually in the far corner warming up. And now moving up ahead. And here come the Hawks, 3 versus 3. Could they get the numbers right and the angles right? Down the right side they go. Here they come into the box they go. And this will go out of play. Well played this time by Godet as she took away the pipeline for the Hawks on that play. And this will be a goal kick here for the Cavaliers. 70th minute of play, 20 to go. Is there one goal to be had with these two teams? It feels like it's sudden death now. It might not be sudden death for whoever loses this game here, the way this game is going, how tightly played it is so far. Back to Gotti it comes. Antonia Gotti with it. And she'll go back to the corridor. Robitaille, short pass up ahead. That ball goes from Oliveira. Medeiros, Stabile right there to get it. Launched forward once more. That is played on the volley from Gotti. Played through once again. And that will deflect out to the far side. Antonia Gotti has it. And she gets knocked over. Referee or the Humber bench wanted a whistle as she's on the ground still in pain. Down to Haley Lewis, who comes on the left side. Now on the near side she is. Lewis looking, going, cross face of goal. Header deflected, up in the air it comes. Headed away by Savaria, still with it, and with it is Puntillo. Back out it comes. Medeiros. Robitaille, long shot, and that is going to go wide to right, or wide left, that is. As Gotti now okay, and she will make her way through. 71st minute of play here from Seaway 3, semifinal 1. Winner goes to the gold medal game. Loser will be in the gold medal semifinal, bronze medal semifinal tomorrow afternoon. John Peltier. Played through once again, and this will be going out of play. 7 years ago, the Humber Hawks men's team won the Nationals on this very pitch. Could the women's do the exact same thing 7 years later? Peltier. Gotti with it. Going to the far side and played up to Robitaille. Launching one diagonally. Russell on the chest, but couldn't get it down quickly enough. Play through once again. Grandin with it. And that's knocked over, and away come the Hawks the other way. Could they make their way through? Not that time. Roy on the yellow card. John Peltier's got oceans of space to work with. Haley Lewis, the only one back, and she will get that ball away from John Peltier. And now the Hawks go the other way. Russell turning to the right. Back out to the far side, deflected by Riccardelli, who gets hit in the face from a shot. And that came off of Medeiros. And again, by virtue of the law of the soccer gods, you have to stop the play if there's a head collision, and that was the case to be with the ball to the face, and they'll have a drop ball here, which should go back to the Humber Hawks. Quickly played up ahead. Here is Haley Lewis. She's got space, going for goal, and might have been too anxious on that, as Champlain was asleep at the wheel, and Lewis, has she gone more open as opposed to the inside of the cleat, she might have had a chance on goal for one. And that's played back over by Perrault out of play, and this will be a corner kick. So a hash of a moment here for Perrault has now afforded the Humber Hawks a chance of a corner kick with Caitlin Russell at the creation of this corner kick. And could this be their moment of brilliance for the Humber Hawks? This is a test of fiber now for the Cavaliers. 2 in the box for the Hawks. 4 for Champlain in the 6-yard box. Russell surveys. IDs going short. And now go out for a second bite of the cherry for the Humber Hawks. And now a substitution coming in. Botello in. And Sobzak out. So second bite of the cherry here for Caitlin Russell. They took out Seneca in the OCAA provincial finals. Playing the short ball ahead. Medeiros, back post, header missed. Loose ball, still alive. And in traffic it goes, and John Pelcher will clear out of harm's way. Robitaille right there, and Champlain a little bit twitchy with heart in the mouth moment right there. And this will be Humber possession with a quarter of an hour left to go before the expiration of the 90. Ricardelli. That's going to play through right now. Pelcher will get it back. Pelcher looking, swerving. Quickly played up ahead by Puntillo. Back out to Grondet. Champlain needs a bit of possession, and this could be it here for Dupont. John Pelcher on the right side. Grondet for this up the field for the Cavaliers. Roy. That is intercepted by the Humber Hawks. As Humber starting to really flex their muscles and really take over the control of this game here and how this has been played out so far. Ettore. Stopped in her tracks, and it'll be a throw in here for the Hawks. Robitaille. Russell with it. Diagonal pass up ahead. Headed back down by Savaria. Right to the feet of Rena. Through trip, foul, and a free kick from a substitute position here. It was a matter of time before the Humber Hawks had their chance. They took control of this game here, and unfortunately for Ettore, she took the brunt of it. But now, a chance for them to get their goal, which could be the passport to victory here and a trip to the gold medal game. And this was outside the box. Champlain starting to feel a little bit twitchy. And Oliveira will have the chance to take this free kick. Could she line it up properly? Could she give a kiss to the baby on this ball right now and lace it through? This is from a central position. Could this be for the lead? Over the nets. And now the Hawks make their change. Spalla coming in for Oliveira. So Oliveira's last act of this second half. As that ball sailed over the net, she tried to go for the artistic gravity of the kick, but did not have the dip required. And racing back down, there's Savaria. This will go for a goal kick here for the Cavaliers. And it feels like Champlain is starting to hold on to the ropes in this Royal Rumble. And you have to wonder who wants to play for PKs in this situation. And that is karate kick by Robitaille, still in play by Gotti over her head, and that's pushed up ahead. To the near side it comes. Play through, racing down the pitch, but Humber will get there first. Savaria is further up the pitch. Savaria with a slide tackle. A push right there, out of bounds it goes. And this will be a throw in here for the Humber Hawks. And it will be Puntillo. Haley Lewis. And it goes off of Dupont and back over to Puntillo once again. Dupont. And John Pelcher got hit in the chops by Medeiros, no call. Medeiros wins that 50-50 with Botello. And now hemmed in her own final third. Botello in a foul against the Champlain Cavalier. As Oliveira, or Medeiros, I beg your pardon, was able to create something out of nothing in this situation right now. As we're in the final 12 of this second half. Haley Lewis now on the ball for the free kick. Headed by Ricardelli. Back out to Gaudette. given away back over. Humber really starting to take the influence of this game in their narrative. Medeiros coming through over the head of Russell, trying to play the dummy to the far side, and that was read by St. Pierre. And this will be a throw in here for the Hawks. Both teams have had their chances. There remains donuts on the scoreboard. Played back through. Lewis knocked over as a Cavalier player, slow to get up. And this will be a throw in here for the Humber Hawks. 10 to go in this game. It'll be quickly played by Puntillo. Turning this way, going for the far corner, and that is a missed shot from Medeiros. As now you're starting to see the Hawks really take their chances from a shoot on sight policy with their attacking intent in the second half. Launched forward. To the far side it goes. Out of play. This will be a Humber Hawk throw-in. And that goes off of Roy once again. If the sense on the field right now is for Champlain. They're starting to tread water. And this will be a foul. No, referee says play on. Gronet. Up ahead to Dupont. And that goes off of a Humber player. And Champlain needs a bit of a respite with their defending to get some possession, I beg your pardon, in this situation. Botello wins that back for the Cavaliers. Botello in a 50-50, that's pushed away. And now Savaria back with oodles of space to work with. Savaria into the box. And Dupont could not get there in time. And that will be received by the Humber defending with ease in the sigh of relief. St. Pierre, here is Riccardelli. Botello. Wide side it comes. Savaria's got space to work with. Lewis trying to close it down. John Peltier. Going out to the near side, and here is Savaria. Around Lewis she comes, back towards the left, now to the right, back to the right, to the left. She goes, and taken out this time by Medeiros, who's had a regal of a second half for this Humber Hawk team. And here is Medeiros. Really protecting the ball, really controlling the narrative, and has bossed the midfield position for this Humber Hawks roster. And now Russell is on the race. They've opened up the Cavaliers. Russell going to the right, over to Spalla. To the far side it comes. Attore, out of bounds it goes. And a throw in here for the Cavaliers. Final 6 minutes left in this game. Retta. Lewis. The shot and a save on target. And Stabile right there. And Lewis had the angle. And now John Peltier with it. And ushered out by Peltier for a throw for the Cavaliers. Here's Waugh. Diagonal 45. Headed away by the Humber Hawks. And over it comes. Here come the Hawks. They got numbers in their favor. Not anymore. Godet right there to take that ball away. Back out to Waugh at the circle. Try to find Dupont. Dupont was going zigging. That ball was zagging. Now Russell back up ahead. And now the Slide tackle from Roy. And Russell a little bit slow, as she might take a little bit of a chip from the edge. So Carvalho in the game, 3 goals, no assists. Started 1 game, played in 9 from Toronto, Ontario. So Lewis has run her race. And now the concern is Caitlin Russell. And the Champlain crowd giving a serenade. Quintillo now then throw in. And out there is Carvalho's first touch, wearing the number 23 shirt for the Humber Hawks. 5 to go in this game. And now we'll go out and play for a throw in for the Humber Hawks. John Peltier. Given away, and now Gloria Butello. Here's Gotti. Back out it comes. Robitaille's pass to the far side it goes. Space to work with for the Humber Hawks. And Grondet out there. We have not mentioned her name that much in the second half. We've not mentioned much of the strikers in the second half. And Grondet is down on the ground. Or a big part of that is St. Pierre, who's down on the ground for the Cavaliers. And as a result, this will be a throw in here for the Cavaliers. St. Pierre trying to jog it off with 3 and change left in this ball game. PKs looking like a scenario that is very highly, but it feels like there could be a smash and grab goal from one of these teams here. And Humber has been the team pressing for that. Could they get it now to silence the Champlain Seaway crowd? A long ball through. Carvalho can't get to it. John Peltier will for the Cavaliers. That's deflected away. Back out into the open space it comes. To the near side it goes. And it takes a ricochet out of play. It'll be a throw in here for the Humber Hawks. It will be Puntillo. Russell turning. Russell still dancing. Russell oozing with confidence. Gets that ball through. Here's Medeiros. And Stabil off her line will get to that ball. 2.5 left in this game. And now coming through, knocked over. Play on, referee says. And given away right back to John Peltier, who makes a quick move against Medeiros. St. Pierre now with it. A daisy cutter pass deflected by Gotti out of play, and this will be a throw in here for the Cavaliers. All it takes is one moment of brilliance here. And this could be it for the Cavaliers as we're in the final 2 minutes of the 90. Now deflection out for a throw in again for the Cavaliers. Then it goes back out again. So part 3 of the throw in here for the Cavaliers. And now the Hawks will have to defend their pitch. Riccardelli's ball. Over the head, back out, deflected, knocked over, play on. Riccardelli, crash of bodies. And back with the Hawks. Russell has it. Onside she is, played back away by the Cavaliers. Now Champlain on their heels, and it comes back to Savaria, who will launch one back over into the middle of the park, and a whistle and a foul, and Champlain will get a respite with a minute left before the 90. Stabile will take this opportunity here. This could be the last roll of the dice for the Cavaliers. As both teams anxious, both teams knowing a gold medal trip is on the line here. Headed through. Here is Gotti's header. Cleared away and now pushed away. And now the Hawks can come back here. Carvalho on the ball, looking for help. Going to the left side, deflected right back to the corner of the Champlain end. And played up in the air as we're 20 seconds away from the 90. How much time will be added for the injury time here? And play through. And right to Puntillo it comes. And now it goes back over to the Hawks. Reda's pass. To the far side it comes. 3 minutes of added time. No question, whoever scores now is likely a game winner. And it goes out. Carvalho will have to concede the throw in here for the Cavaliers. And this goes out of bounds for a throw-in once again. And this time it's for the Humber Hawks. Puntillo. Turning is Medeiros. Humber has really controlled the narrative in terms of where they are. Here's Puntillo. Back out. Medeiros, slice of a pass. Finding the space open. And Stabile right there as Ettore could not get to that cleanly as we're in the first minute of the added time of 3. Robitaille called, and that'll be a foul on Champlain's own Botello. As you can start seeing now the heavy legs of Champlain weighing down, and Humber starting to really flex their wings against the Cavaliers. Launched up ahead. Deflected. Still in the air. Russell has it. Still playing in the air. Played down. Blocked by Roy. Champlain has everyone back. John Pelche trying to put on the turbo, and the afterburners does not come through, and now kept in, this time by Puntillo, as she works the left side of the formation. Back out. Space to work with. Medeiros knocked over. Still alive. Is this possession? Ettore can't get that cleanly, and back out it comes. Up in the air it comes. And almost a giveaway as Stabile and Russell clashed. And this will be Champlain ball. It was in the final minute of the 3 here from Seaway. So coming back in the game is Oliveira for Gotti. So Oliveira in the game, and now both teams trying to get their attacking army ready for PKs. The last action of this second half. Up ahead, here's Dupont. Knocked over, and Champlain throwing coming up. This might be Champlain's last roll of the dice here in this second half. You cannot script how this game has gone through. It'll be a funeral for one team and a funhouse for another team if we go to PKs. Three minutes have expired here. And now, what is the direction of this game? Here is Grondet. Oliveira on here. And this will go out for another throw-in. And now this could be one more chance for the Cavaliers. And that is it. Now we go to PKs. This is now more like a lottery here. Stay tuned on the 2022 Women's National Championship presented by Desjardins. Penalty kicks coming up here for Humber and Champlain to punch their ticket to the gold medal game. Stay tuned here for PKs coming up from Seaway 3 in Saint-Lambert, Quebec. Welcome back here to the 2022 CCAA Women's Nationals Championships here from Saint-Lambert, Quebec. Host city, Champlain, presented by Desjardins. And now the host school, Champlain and Humber, will go for PKs. Last time the Humber team was in PKs here on this field, they won the national championship against Capilano. And now it is time to see who has the nerve to take these PKs. One glitch could end it all for either side. And we are going to be attacking the forced end, it appears, for this PK. Up next after this, Seneca against Ahunsik. As we are going to go towards that end of the pitch. And now we'll find out who will go first. Champlain or Humber. It's a question of who can have the right focus here. Who can come up with the big stop or the big goal. And both teams know it could take all 5 kicks or more to get to the gold medal game in less than 48 hours from now. And from the looks of it, the first kick will be for the Champlain Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers and Hawks, it comes down to 5 spot kicks, perhaps, if not more. The last instructions for the keepers. Everyone now on the railings of this place. Humber to the furthest of us. Champlain to the nearest of us in the center circle. It's now a random draw on who will be a hero and who will have the goat horns. And the first kick, the longest walk taken now, will be taken by Humber. And the first kick will be taken by Oliveira. 2 goals, 2 assists, a big part into her name. And now Stabil making sure that the posts are aligned properly. Oliveira to open up the PK portion of this game. Deep breath, whistle in. Oliveira shanked it. And the longest walk back to the Humber side of the pitch. And now Champlain could have the hammer Roy will take the kick for the Cavaliers. She had one goal. And for Oliveira, right now it's a heart-in-the-mouth moment for her. And the pain that's going through her mind right now, if that could be the difference. Roy, looking at the ball, talking to the ball. Could this be her moment of glory? Will Humber come up with a big stop here? A hush has now fallen on Seaway 3 for the lead. Great save! A massive stop right there by Humber. And now Humber given a lifeline, and Caitlin Russell, the poacher of goals, the epitome of goal scoring for the Humber Hawks, now has a chance to give the Hawks their lead. So both missed the opening goal attempt. Russell scoring 9 goals during the regular season of the OCAA. Now looking to give the Hawks their lead. A deep breath. Russell got it. And a 1-0 lead for the Hawks. And the pressure goes back on to the Champlain Cavaliers. And the pressure now for the Cavs to get that goal. Riccardelli will have the chance to do so. 2 goals during the regular season. Got it. 1-1. And we're back to parity here. And another long walk for the Humber Hawks comes up. And now a jog taken, this time by Spalla. Spalla scored 4 goals, started 9 games, played 9 games from Mississauga. And now a chance to give a 2-1 lead to the Humber Hawks on their 3rd attempt. Spalla, eyeball to eyeball. Went top drawer on that. And a 2-1 lead for the Hawks. And the pressure goes back on to Savaria, who scored a goal during the regular season for the Cavaliers. You see the pattern now for the Humber Hawks. They've gone top shelf for all 3 kicks. They're 2 for 3. And now Savaria has the pressure on her. The weight of Champlain on her as the host school. 2-1 lead for the Hawks. And this could be the moment here for Humber or for Champlain. To tie it up. Got it. Savaria makes it 2-2. And now the walk taken by Carvalho as she's making a brisk run towards the ball. And a chance to reestablish a lead for the Humber Hawks. The 4th attempt, 2-2 game. And they go through. 3-2 lead for the Humber Hawks. And now it goes towards Emily Gaudette. Could she give parity back in this game? If not, Humber can win it on the next kick. And this is the longest walk here of the soccer season for the women's team. Both have missed their opening kicks. And now Gaudette will get the ball aligned properly to her liking. Here's Gaudette. And she hit the edge of the envelope. And now Humber has a chance to punch their ticket to the gold medal game. And the Humber Hawks have the Cavaliers at the mercy of their sword. They need a miracle now, not a prayer for the Champlain Cavaliers. Atori, 2 goals during the regular season to send them to the gold medal game. Saved! Champlain given a lifeline. And it comes down to the Champlain kicker and John Peltier. John Peltier will have to get this to go to sudden death. They've both missed 2 kicks apiece, but this one is the most vital one for the Cavaliers. John Peltier scored against Red Deer yesterday afternoon, and now looking to add a goal to her name. 1 goal during the regular season, 1 goal at the Nationals. John Peltier. And she will readjust the ball on the penalty spot. Could she give Champlain a vital, priceless tying goal here in PKs? She does, and we go to sudden death here from Seaway 3. 3-3. And now the serve goes back to the Humber Hawks. And this time it is Emily Robitaille, the center back. 2 assists during the regular season, no goals. Could this be her moment of brilliance or a moment of madness? Robitaille for the lead. She shanked it. A heart in a mouth moment here for Robitaille. And now Champlain picking who will go for the potential game-winning goal. And it is going to be Victoria Dupont, who scored 7 during the regular season. And now a chance to send Champlain to the gold medal game on Saturday afternoon. And the longest walk of Dupont's young career, burgeoning career. And this is her moment to immortalize herself in Champlain soccer history. Dupont. For the win. Saved! A massive stop by Humber. And hold on, it's going to be a redo. And as a moment of greatness, now becomes a moment of madness for the Hawks as the keeper went off her line far too early. And Champlain given a lifeline. Humber now on their deathbed. Could Dupont redeem herself on this penalty kick? She's got it! Champlain punches their ticket to the gold medal game. A heartbreaking moment for the Humber Hawks, who had a chance to win it, but came up just short. And controversy could ensue here. Was the keeper off the line too early? The Cavaliers are going to the gold medal game and a chance to win their 2nd national title in the last 4 years. A funeral for Humber, a party for the Cavaliers. And Humber wanting an explanation on what the call was. Not happy with the call going against them. And the fans storming the pitch. Dupont given a lifeline, and she didn't miss on the 2nd attempt. A game that had so many twists and turns Humber gave it all it's had. Champlain with the final kick that sent them to the national title game on Saturday afternoon. And now they await either a Hunsick or Seneca. A game that had so many highlights. It felt like Champlain was going to take it early in the matchup. Then Humber had a chance in the second half, and they controlled the narrative. And we went to PKs. Both missed the opening kicks. Humber had a chance to kill off Champlain. And Robitaille missed her kick. And now the Cavaliers are going to the national title game. Looking for the second CCAA national championship. And for the Humber Hawks, they have to come back in less than 24 hours to keep their bronze medal hopes alive. And that's something that they did not want to do. They wanted to play the gold medal game, and that won't be the case today. So Champlain on their way to the national title game. They await either a Hunsick or Seneca. And that game was anywhere close to what this game was in terms of the edge, the plot twist, the drama that unfolded here. What a game. What a finish. What an ending. And for Humber, it's hard to describe what they're going through. A pain that they do not want to endure. The Humber Hawks gave it all, and they played their best. Caitlin Russell is a star of the Humber Hawks. And now let Robert Shaw take over for the player of the games.
Former women's national player and CSA president, Rafael is on top to make the presentation. En premier, mesdames et messieurs, make some games. Basically make some points for both teams. What a game. George Patapsi, player of the game from Humber. You know veteran number Isabella Fiorini.
Fiorini, the player of the game. She was well deserved for what she did. Of course, a situation she'd rather be in the gold medal game than the fight for the bronze medal game.
You know our number one, Rosalie Sabine.
So Stabile gets the nod.
Make some noise for both teams, ladies and gentlemen. Rosalie,
And now Rob Shaw will interview Rosalie Stabile.
All right, Rosalie, comment ça, how does it feel? Avec le match juste au fond, juste au fond. So you guys are very happy, ça c'est cool. Aussi, une autre fois, comment vous allez cette journée de pause, il y a this day off tomorrow. Comment vous préparez un match comme ça? How do you prepare yourself mentally, physically, for the gold medal game against your other opponent, maybe?
There we have it. We are done for game number 3. Stay tuned for Seneca Hudson coming up here in half an hour's time. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.